Welcome to the overview of the Collegium Telemedicus telemedicine platform. In the next few screens we will look at the referring of a telemedicine situation by the referrer. Here is the referrer's screen. Here is the list of existing cases. This is just a demonstration, obviously. We're now going to create a case. There are a number of different options in selecting what type of case it is. We're going to select a test case and enter some simple details for demonstration purposes only, obviously. There are a number of templates which you can select. Depending on which template you choose, the information that is displayed or requested will change according to the type of template. There are a number of preset boxes where we fill in the data. Under each box, where relevant, there are prompts which are template specific to help the user to fill in the right sort of information that the specialist doctor will want to see. The system is very simple and intuitive, with a number of screens leading from one to the other. We can add files. Currently, the limit is set at 200 megabytes per file. You select the file, and the file name is displayed, and then you press upload. Further files can be uploaded at this time. You have to consent to the information being provided, confirm, and that's it. If we now go in as a coordinator, you'll notice that the number of options available as a coordinator are considerably greater. The coordinator has a lot of work to do. Here are the various cases. We're looking at this top one is the case that we've just entered. We can look at this in summary, or we can read the whole message. The number of options that the coordinator has at this stage are quite extensive. Once we've displayed the summary of the received by the referrer, we have the option to allocate this to a particular specialist. The allocation details require certain inputs, specifically the specialist to whom it is to be referred, which is selected simply, and a message can be sent from the coordinator to the specialist. Once that's complete, a simple allocate, confirm, and that's that job done. So we'll log out now and log in as the specialist. The specialist looks at their cases. Here's the top one, our case, clicks on it, and the message trail is seen, the original referring message and the message from the referrer. The simple message from the referrer is displayed. The specialist can respond at this stage, or they can go back to the screen, and now, knowing what the coordinator requires of them, they can look at the full details before making an informed response. When they do make a response, the number of options on how they respond will be displayed at the bottom of the screen. They can respond generally to all involved in this case. They can respond to a limited set of individuals, or in this case respond specifically to the coordinator only. This information will not be visible by other users. Again, there is an option to add a file at this stage, send the information back to the coordinator, click OK. So we log out as a coordinator, as a specialist. When we log back in as the referrer and look at the case, it's still in progress, and the information from the specialist is not displayed to the referrer, as this was specifically only to the coordinator. If we log in as the coordinator and we list our cases, we can see that we will have had an email, and then now we can select the case to review what the specialist had to say. On this case, the specialist had a concern. The coordinator has decided, no, this is the correct specialist for the job, and will reallocate it to them with a message. This is exactly the same as the original screen that you saw earlier. If we now log in as the specialist and go back to our case, we can read the message from the coordinator and on this occasion decide to respond. On this occasion, we don't select coordinator only, but do a general response to all involved in this case. Send the response, and as far as the specialist is concerned, that is now complete. If we log into the referrer, we can now see that this is complete and is marked with the green symbol. Outside of the office, we have the app. This is very similar in terms of the desktop situation, except you can use it anywhere with your smartphone. Having looked at my cases, as on the screen, we can create a new referral, just as on the desktop system. Options are presented and can be selected. The screens are very similar to the desktop system and can be filled in the normal way. Just as with the desktop system, you can attach files. You have to give your consent to move forward, but you don't have to submit at this stage if you don't have a signal. Instead, you can save a draft of the referral that you've just done. This then allows you to go on and create a new referral. You can create as many referrals as you like in this way. When you go back, obviously it gives you the option of going back to the original referral that you were doing. When you get to the end and you'd have the option to submit your files, your referrals, you give your consent and submit, exactly as you do on the desktop system. We now have a new option at the bottom, postponed items. Under drafts, we can see the items that were postponed. We select. The draft is displayed. Check that we're happy with it. Give our consent and submit. The app fully synchronizes with the desktop version. So if we log in now as the referrer on the desktop system and list our cases, we can see here the two items that we entered using the app. We can see here on the coordinator screen that the same files have been added. Coordinators are responsible for the management of all users, specialists and referrers. Specialists can be grouped into subgroups depending on their area of expertise. Referrers, likewise, can have additional functionality added to them. By selecting a specific user, in this case a referrer, it is possible, rather than have to make every referral come through a coordinator, sometimes it could be easier to give the referrer direct access to refer directly to the specialist. This screen has a function at the bottom that allows just this. In this case, the referrer is being given a semi-automatic capability, and they are being attached to the expert group of generalists. If we jump to the referrer's screen, we can see that when the referrer clicks on generalists, they will get a selection of the available specialists that they can choose to send this particular referral to. This can speed up referral processing and makes life considerably easier for the coordinator. Thank you very much.